Hello! Today I'm going to talk you through the parts we're going to need to complete our underwater ROV. So I'm going to go down the list fairly quickly, and then I'm going to show you the assembly and how we're going to put everything together. So, to start with, you're going to need the Arduino Pro Mini. You should already have one of these. You're going to need the cables, 8 pins that connect the Pro Mini to the relay board. You'll need your relay board connected with your positive and negative terminals all pre-connected except for the very end terminals, which will not be connected. The next piece is a combination piece. It is the battery connection that we'll be using. On that battery connection, you're going to have the power regulator board. Power regulator board has a few power outputs here. Along with our power and our battery hookup, you're also going to see 2 extra leads, positive and negative here. These will get connected to the relay board. Also on our main battery lead hookup, we will have over to the video camera, which we'll be setting up. You will of course also need a battery. You won't need that right away, but once you get everything installed, we will actually bring these in and testing them. You're going to need 2 mounting plates. You'll need one, which I will call the Arduino mounting plate, which is going to mount the Arduino, the power regulator, and the camera and the battery. And then the second one you'll need will be the relay board mounting plate, which looks like this. It's got the standoff supports where the relay board is going to mount to. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll be using double-sided industrial stick tape to secure everything down to the boards. The last thing you're going to need will be the end connectors that we've 3D printed. This will be the front end connector. And this one is the rear end connector. I'll show you how these go together once you get everything assembled. I'm going to go ahead and put everything together and then talk you through the build and how everything is connected. We'll be right back. Okay, we now have the completed circuit. Let's talk about some of the setups and how things are working. First, let's go ahead and start over here with the battery. Got the battery secured down. It's currently not connected. Over here next to it, I have the power regulator. These are our input lines here, ground and our input positive, which run into our main battery line. Out of that, I have our output negative and our output positive. The ground output and the ground negative goes into our Arduino Pro Mini down there. The other one goes into our relay board. Red goes into the voltage line. Blue goes into the ground line. We move this jumper into the middle. I've connected pins 2 through 9 on the Arduino over to pins 1 through 8 on the relay board. So pin 1 goes to pin 2, pin 2 goes to pin 3, pin 3 goes to pin 4, etc., etc. The only other special pin you have to hook up is this white one here, which is a VCC. It's a voltage line, which actually runs to the relay board into the last position into the VCC port on that one. This whole schematic is actually outlined in a document that you can see. The last thing is the camera up at the front here. I don't have it secured yet. I've left it blank, so you can secure that when you want or when you're ready. I did want to quickly show you some of the sticky tape. So it's double-sided tape. It looks like this. You secure one half of it to wherever you want to secure, and then you peel off of this backing and secure it to this relay plate. Now, a couple things to note. You can see on the power relay board here, I actually have it overhanging a little too much. So I probably should have trimmed that back before I mounted it. On the Arduino, I actually put 2 layers of tape on there to make it fit securely. On the battery, I just put one layer. You can kind of see it there on the bottom. Just make sure it gets a nice, secure connection and everything holds really tight. Now, the last thing we've got connected here is I hooked up the nunchuck here temporarily. This will be going to our tether once we install our tether. And the other will be these two lines here, which are coming out of our camera feed. And those will be going up to our tether as well for our video on the Surface. I'm going to go ahead and hook everything up and show you it in action. And we'll go from there. Alright, we've got everything hooked up. Just so you know, do be careful with the plug here. You can, if you get contact, get a shock. It takes a little bit of practice on how to unhook and connect this piece in. But once you get it hooked up, a couple things. Number one, you'll see the light on your camera will come on. You'll see all of the lights, obviously, on your relay board should be lit up, just like before in testing. See them all on the rows there. Your blue light on your power regulator should come online, and your red light on your Arduino Pro Mini should come on. Now, at this point for testing, I've hooked up a nunchuck, and so when I push my up and down buttons, you can see my relays opening and closing there. So I know that I'm getting power, it's working. I do not have any motors hooked up yet. You'll notice I did hook up my voltage lines to the end, positive there, and my negative on the very end one here, running all the way back to my main power line. This cable I will probably need to make longer for your connection so they all fit. And then obviously all of the middle ports are open. That's where our motors will connect when we're finally getting ready to put those in. Otherwise, this relay board's ready to go. I'm basically going to sandwich it together, and then it will be ready to install into the bracket. I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick try just to see how it looks. Oh, one last thing. To secure the relay board, we'll actually be using hot glue in the four corners. This relay board, I do not have, it didn't print quite properly, so I have not glued it in place yet. But we will glue those in place in class with the relay boards, get those nice and secure, so that way when we build the final structure, everything holds in place. That should cover everything you need. If you have any questions, obviously catch me in class. We can go over it. You don't actually have to hook up your nunchuck. I just did this for testing, but obviously it is nice. I should have extra cables so you can connect that. The ports we'll be using will be the same, and those once again are also in the document that this video is linked in. So you can reference that on what you'll need.